One's called The Guy Who Painted Barns. I read it last night at the Soup Can Magazine, the launch and art show at the Union Market in Tuckerton. The Guy Who Painted Barns. Never a snow-covered sugar sand trail with shadows rounding into mysterious pines. Never a covered bridge in the dappled morning light flittering through red maple leaves. Never a bounding hare pursued by furious raptors over a scrubby hummock. Never a rusty tractor hitched to a toothless hoe bleeding wildflowers. Never a rumpled picnic blanket engaging enamored lovers in tilted half-empty wine glasses. Never clouds forming whimsical features or polymorphic creatures. Never the soldier in bloody breeches dying on a trodden field attended by doleful comrades. Never a wizened matriarch whose eyes follow visitors and steal their souls. Never a plate of pears or a rocking chair or posing stiff little princesses. Never a beaming child held aloft in sinewy, exuberant arms framed by the flames of a homey hearth. Never the tumult of a masted ship at sea seized by pirates. Never the fitful peace one finds in moonlit graveyards at the edge of ghost towns. Never a shining wafer-haloed saint or savior, sandals shuffling over water. Never stylized warriors on crackled urns or dog-headed gods in profile guarding mummies in sarcophagi. Never a Fibonacci spiral or liquid array, nor an aggregation of color. Never a swirling burlesque cabaret or seaport cafe / gallery. Never clashing mods and rockers, hipsters and rappers, and mic dropping for the culture. Never dripping clocks, gold leaf peacocks, or faces chained in abstraction. Never iconic soup cans or Ben-Day divas on numbered prints. Unlike Goutet, who drew a claim with one finger, he never painted the same barn twice. And never had he painted a particular barn or one he'd ever seen. The fact is, he never traveled outside Manhattan. But he did once have a barn door shipped to his loft and painted a barn on it. That guy sure liked painting barns, they all said, prancing about his retrospective, which was housed, of course, in a barn. So, as luck would have it, I was working on this poem, and when Chris Rockwell put out a call for performers for the yesterday's magazine launch and art show, and I love to read at these art shows because I love the intersection of the visual and the performing arts and poetry and painting and so forth. So I was happy to read it, and I was working on it, and then I got to the art show about a half hour early, and was looking around at the paintings so that I could add some allusions to make it more personal for the show and to add more depth to the piece in general. So, there were allusions in here to real paintings, but styles of paintings, landscapes or portraits and, abstract, so forth. But there are also allusions in here to paintings that were at the exhibit. There really was a peacock with gold leaf on there. there was a painting of that. It looked like a lot of shapes, but then the more you looked at it, there was a face in there, which really made you think, deeper into the piece. And of course, Chris Rockwell had paintings of, his hip hop kind of cassettes and boom boxes and mics and so forth. So it was fun to read this in that venue. And there you go, the guy who painted barns